Welcome to Money Machine Mondays. So, what I've been doing on Mondays and pretty much every day is I open up the Money Machine, I let it trade in the simulated mode in the opening, and then I try to nail down okay, what can I glean from this as something who's trying to buy the biggest winners in the open and is trying to short the biggest losers in the open before the open. We're 15 minutes to the open. And sometimes you get some really good information. So right here, we see the money machine is down on both sides. It's down on the long and the short, but that's okay because that's going to give us information. If we take a look at this EFSH and Mara and some of these other names, it means they're starting to fade here off the open. So that's Mara. You can see big gap up early on, and now it's starting to maybe reverse and fade back down. If we go EFSH and tried to buy this thing, but this is just fading from this gap entirely. So when I look at something like this and the data it's gathering, it may just be telling me that this is not a day to go with the gap. The whole market's gapping up. If we take a look at the SPY here, we have the whole market gapping up. Everything's gapping up. And the market's even looking like it's fading a bit here as well. So the beauty of something like this is it's a robot trying to do a thing, and sometimes it'll be successful at that thing, sometimes it won't. In this case, it's trying to buy things that are gapping up and it's trying to short things that are gapping down, and it's not doing well, right? This, which is great because it's giving me, who's then going to put my real money instead of this fake money into the market, and I can gather this information. So far, I see almost nothing except maybe this devs that's actually going with its initial gap. Everything else is going against its initial gap. So as I'm building my plan with about 15 minutes left for the open, I'm going to look at a lot of these gappers and then potentially look to fade them and say, hey, maybe this gap today isn't going to hold. The market's up a whole bunch. A lot of these gaps are looking like they're failing. That might be the play, and that's a perfectly good play to have. Right? You short things that are gapping up, you buy things that are gapping down, and you just make that fade as opposed to going with them.